Okay, Aldali, so now you have a question. The question is how to display the error messages or some alerts that we want to give to the user, right?
For the platform.
For the platform. Okay. Uh,
Because we
so
don't want to create dialogues here and there.
yeah, that's correct. So what happened is that I think I'm going to use a window. Okay. So this is a web browser window. So if I go to the account.com, and then I will log in, sign in, sign in. Okay. So if you look at let's say Android, okay, so I will look at the Android. I have messages that I can pull down from here. Sometimes you can top up the
Yeah.
right. So what happened is that if you look at the okay, let's say I advertise here. Okay, I will turn on the air server. Okay. So okay, I have an air server here. So this is my mobile phone. Now in a mobile phone, I can go to the settings. How do I get to the settings? Let's go to the settings. So in the settings, I can have notification. Then I can set which app, which whatever I want, which notification to appear, and if some of it, if I want to appear, I can set, let's say for example, calendar, whether it's a pop-up, whether it's something like that. So what we want to do is actually in account.com, we can either make the notification appear here, or we can have actually a notification panel like Apple, where it appears on the side, right? On the side. So what happened here is that we can maybe have one of it is to open a notification that appear on the side that can close and open, like a drawer. In order to achieve that, now if you look at the source code, first of all, if I go to the utils, and then sorry, not utils, I can have a services. Okay, inside these services I can have a SDK. So in this SDK, I can have a user message service. So here I can create whatever service class that I want, to add a message, clear a message, or something like that. So in the future, all the other programmers who create the applet, they can just call the services from here to activate the service, because calling a service is actually quite straightforward when I use the services.
Yes.
Right? Because some of the programmers, if we tell them that you need to call the kernel, and then you need to look at the message controller, you need to look at the message store, you need to look at the message action. Let's say this is a message controller. When they first log in, because some of the message are actually stored in the local storage, and then this is not really, this one where I haven't changed it. Actually, messages, the sign in, sign out, load init, all this load still applicable, but the sign in, sign out is not applicable. But maybe we have here post a message or something like that.
Yeah.
Some messages are from the server.
Yeah, I understand, but my question not about the messages, the services. It's about the display.
Okay.
It's about UI.
So
where do I do
the UI, we will just follow the.
I mean the structure of the code. Where do you? I just create a shared.
Good question. So where is the UI codes, right? The UI should be appearing here. Basically, you will have
In every applet,
No. Not in every applet. Is if you look at this PWA,
okay, this one.
There's an account platform. Under the account platform, there's an app.
Yeah.
Under the app, there is a viewport.
Okay.
Under the viewport, there's a content area.
Okay.
If you look at the content area, of course there is also layout widgets where you have a header, the footer, and all that stuff. So here we can actually create one more component called the notification panel.
Okay.
This notification panel will look like this. Okay, so we have a notification panel. We create one more notification panel here, and then if you look at the viewport content area, under the viewport HTML template, here I have landing page. This is loading the OMA component, but actually in the future we will not use the OMA component. We will use this. This is in the future.
Yeah.
But if you look at the viewport, I think viewport is a better viewport component. Inside the viewport here, there's a header
and the footer
and the footer.
and the main content.
And the main content, which is in the router.
Yeah.
So what happened is that because the notification is something that should appear on the right hand side all the time.
So it will
right?
be here.
So it should be there
somewhere
here a component. Somewhere here on the right hand side. Then on the right hand side, but just like here, you are embedding a header, but this one you are actually embedding a under the layout widget, you create a notification panel or something like that.
Understood. Yeah. So, for example, if I want any dialogue, anything else, sometimes we want to show, just create here.
Yeah, because when we do the notification panel here in the future, if the user maybe want to switch the notification panel to the left hand side, to the right hand side, or something like that, we can
CSS this one.
Yeah, CSS, or we can modify it, or they want to change the look and feel. They want to disable, hide it, or configure the panel or something like that.
It's all in the setting.
Yeah. So when you create a component inside here, let's say for example, if I look at the header, okay, so inside this component, actually you can have a async message, and this async message is actually loaded from the NGRX store. So of course you can actually make use of the NGRX store by declaring some observables to actually map to that notification store inside the inside here, inside the not the kernel lib, account lib, under here lib, the kernel, under the loading it from the states. You can have a vector that stores certain messages, and then when there's a new message come in, then you pop up. Maybe you need more than one state class because you have multiple messages, and then
every message will be one. I mean, this one, if it's by rows, every message will have one. Is read, is not read.
Okay, if you see identity controller here, my states here, actually I have let's say the login identity state. Here I put them multiple entities, and each of the entity I use an ID or a string, so I can actually store some object here, because maybe at this level you have number of messages read
Yeah.
Number of messages unread or something like that, and then inside here is the
You
message.
have the object.
Yeah, the object.
And the ID here is to store the.
Yeah.
I mean, you store the whole objects there.
Yeah,
the
correct.
messages.
Correct.
Okay. But this is the entity. I need to change it. I mean, sorry.
So each message will have a message ID. It could be a geo ID, and remember, the messages can be the messages generated from the applets. It could also be messages
API.
from the servers. That means that if we implement WebSocket in the future, just like if you look at the Apple notification, some of the notification are the source is from the calendar, some of it is from stock market, some of it is from weather, some of it is from
I'm sure.
yeah, so different notification from Telegram, from different apps. So you can when you structure the notification, it can come from different applets. So different applet may have a different logo, just like here Telegram, WeChat, or something like that. So you look at, you're using Apple, right? And you open the notification, you see how it's been done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'll stop the thing. I will upload